Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's episode, I will be answering a couple of questions that you sent me through Instagram and here on YouTube as well. A week ago, I posted on my Instagram story, ask me anything and I will answer it on my next video. So here's that next video. Actually, I received a couple of very interesting questions from you guys, and I've picked out the very common ones that you asked me. So if you're interested, if your question was picked, and if you're also interested to find out my answers to your questions, just keep on watching. So like what I said, I picked out a couple of questions, but I really don't know how to sequence them. So I decided to just print all of them, like some of the questions, and I'm gonna randomly pick from this bowl that I have here, and I'll randomly answer your questions. So let's go ahead and pick our first question. Let's take this one. Okay, this one is from I Am Mickey. This question was sent to me through Instagram. Hi Kath, babalik ka pa ba ng Cebu Pack? Willing ba si Cebu Pack na mag-accept ng previous nilang employees? So for those of you who don't understand the question, she's asking me if I'm still planning to go back to Cebu Pacific, and if Cebu Pacific, it's a local airline in the Philippines, if they are willing to accept employees who've already resigned in the past and would like to join again. My answer to that is, well, if the opportunity presents itself, why not? Like what I said in my previous video as well, Cebu, I had so much fun when I was working with Cebu Pacific. I love that airline. I learned a lot with Cebu Pacific. And yeah, my answer is why not? If next, from, I'm sorry, Sompata Madilok from Instagram. I applied thrice as a cabin crew. Should I give up? My answer is a big no. Don't ever give up. If being a cabin crew is your dream, why should you give up, right? I've recently met a girl who've gone for the applications 30 times with different airlines, but she did not give up. So why should you, right? 3 times, maybe on your 4th try? You'll never know. Just keep on trying. Okay, this question is from Hannah Nair _. Have you ever thought of leaving your job as an international flight attendant and work in the Philippines since you have a baby na? Actually, there is a plan because for those of you who don't know it yet, I am actually back to flying after giving birth. I'm just completing a couple of trainings before I get released to flying duty again. As for the question if I'm planning to leave my job as an international flight attendant, my husband and I were actually trying to put up something which I'm sure everybody will like. I'm not so sure if I should say this now because it's still in the works, but okay, let me just share it with everybody. Okay, after I came back here in Doha, I've started entertaining the idea of opening up my own training school. Not really a cabin crew training school yet, but I'm planning to start up small classes for girls or boys who are interested to apply for the cabin crew position. So it's not really a cabin crew school. Basically, what I will be teaching in these classes is how you're supposed to handle yourself in an interview, tips and tricks on how you can increase your confidence, how to strike up conversations, makeup skills, grooming skills for men, and the like. So yeah, that's the plan. So good thing that you asked because I think this is the best time for me to share it with everybody as well. I'm planning to start this by November. It's currently in the works. So just stay tuned here on my YouTube channel or on my Instagram account for the schedule when I'm planning to start this one. I'm planning to start really small first with maybe 10 or 15 participants in the class. So if you're interested, if you think it's a good idea, let me know in the comment section. Okay, next question. Hello Miss Kath, pa-shoutout po sa next vlog mo. Hehe, number 1 fan po kasi ako. You're one of my inspiration. Tuwing nadadown ako, tuwing kino-question ko kung bakit ako nag-tourism, nako-question ko yung, putol yung question. So I'm gonna try to look for this question here on YouTube. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I found it. So, just to continue, nako-question ko yung sarili ko pag nakakasalumuha ko na yung mga kamag-anak ko once na mapanood ko po yung vlog mo, biglang gagaan yung pakiramdam ko, di na ako nagda-doubt sa sarili ko. Sana ma-meet kita in person. Di na po ako mag-ask ng question, masali lang po ako sa shoutout mo sa next vlog. Happy na po ako. So, shoutout to you, Lexi. Well, for everybody, I just want to translate this. Basically, Lexi is saying that sometimes she doubts her decision why she took up tourism as her as a degree in university, but whenever she watches my vlog, she feels better and her doubt lessens a little bit, and she wants to meet me in person. So a little advice, Lexi, if you really want to pursue this line of career where related to tourism, never doubt yourself. No, don't allow other people to make you doubt yourself, because at the end of the day, you know yourself better than the others. But you know, that's how an advice works. People can just tell you their peace of mind, their ideas, or their pieces of advice, but at the end of the day, it's still you who's gonna make a decision for your life. Leia Ansag, what is your favorite food and drink? I'm such a foodie. I love to eat. I'm very open to trying new stuff. I especially like Italian food. I love Chinese food. I love Japanese food. And I've recently started to like Korean food. For some reason, I'm so into kimchi now. So that's like my current favorite food. Kimchi, I cook it with egg. I make kimchi pancake. I make kimchi fried rice, and then I actually have a lot of kimchi bags in my ref, just because I can eat it with everything. So yeah, favorite drink, I know it's really bad, but I don't know, for some reason I'm so into soft drinks right now. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing that I wish to stop. I should stop drinking soft drinks. But question is from Super Duper Malern. Hi Malaine, how are you? And your question is, this is really funny. I had to include this in my vlog. Gaano po kapogi si Paolo? So Malaine is our one of our college friends. Her question is, how handsome is Paolo? For me, he's the most handsome of all. He's more than 100% handsome. He's the most handsome guy in the whole wide world for me. Question from Sierra Joy Pili. Hi Miss Kath, I really admire your relationship with your husband since LDR for how many years? Dumating ba sa point na nagkasukuan kayo dahil malayo kayo sa isa't isa? To translate, she's asking if it ever got to a point that we don't want to be together anymore because of the distance and everything. So, LDR it's not the easiest thing to do, but I wouldn't say that it's really that difficult, especially in my line of work, because I get to go home regularly, like at least twice a month I can go home, so we still see each other. But has it ever reached a point where we wanted to give up? I don't think so, never. We never considered the idea of just throwing everything away just because we're far from each other. So yeah. It's again from Sierra. I thought it was the same question, but she said that I've been wondering, how did you manage, I guess this is a continuation of her question. I've been wondering, how did you manage to survive LDR? Like, what is the foundation of your relationship, and how were you able to survive the longingness since you're an FA? Is there any secret? So, just to continue what I said a while ago, it's not easy, but it's not that hard as well. Foundation of our relationship, I guess we already accumulated a lot of years together before I moved here. When I moved to Doha, we were together for 6 years already. So I guess that's like sort of a solid foundation where the trust is already there. It never came to a point that I doubted him, and he never gave me a reason to doubt as well. So thank you for that. Question. Oh, okay. So these are two questions that I kept together because it's like a continuation. So, hi Kath, how do you handle your weakest point as an OFW? I'm also an OFW, that's why I asked. You inspired me about your cabin crew journey. I would say I'm a very resilient person, and it never got to a point before when I was still here that I'm so weak that I want to give up. Of course, the idea of resigning is always there, but I sort of just push it to the side. But right now, since I'm a new mom and I'm away from my baby, it's getting more difficult. But I'm trying to cope. I'm trying to cope with that. That's the only difficult thing. But to look on the brighter side, I still get to go home like next month. I'll be able to go home twice for 4 days. So yeah, I'll be spending a lot of time with my baby. So yeah, that's the thing that's keeping me together right now. From Aunt Trisha, what were the things you appreciated after giving birth? It's not really the things, but I guess I appreciated my parents more when I became a parent myself, because like what they always say, when you're young, you're never gonna know how hard it is to raise a child until you become a parent yourself. That's one thing I really appreciate now, because I know how hard it is now to become a parent, that you're worrying for another person aside from yourself, and this person is fully dependent on you. So because of that, I really thank my parents for raising me well, and that's yeah. Since Khalil came out, that's when I completely understand. It's not that I never appreciated my parents, but I appreciate them more now that I am a parent. Next. From Luis Nicole 08. Kwentuhan nyo naman po kami ng love story nyo ni Kuya Paul. For this one, I think it would be better if we share our love story when we're together. So, because I don't like to share just one side. Probably he won't agree about some of the things. So, that's something you can look forward to. Our love story in the future. I'll share that in the future, because I also received a lot of questions from you guys about Paolo and I, how we started, and also it's better if we just share it in another video, because it's a really long story. Okay, next from Nestle Aliwalas. Hi Ate Kath, how long do you see yourself flying? I think I've already answered this question a while ago. Probably not too long. I already answered the question. Yeah. Next. What makes you happy? What are the things that makes you happy? From Leia Ansag. Leia Ansag is asking a lot of very good questions, by the way. What makes me happy now is my husband and Khalil. Yeah. Probably before, material things really would make me happy, but now it's gone to a whole new other level. Like if I'm tired coming back from training, I will just see the photo of my baby, or Paolo will send me a video of the two of them talking to each other, and that just makes me really happy. So okay, from Kamjila_Chang. Hello ma'am, when you first joined cabin crew, how old were you? I was 21 years old, turning 22 when I joined Cebu Pacific. From Daviena Ubong, hello. How to be more confident during interview session, because I will be joining AirAsia interview next week. Any good tips? First, please watch my video, How to Ace Your Cabin Crew. Probably that's gonna help you out. When it comes to being more confident, people can easily tell you, just be confident, be yourself. It's easier said than done. Confidence comes in constant practice. What I would usually do when I go for interview is that I think of the person I'm talking to like my friend, because that makes it easier for me. Try to make it more conversational, and try to avoid memorizing things that you're gonna say in front of your interviewer, because when you memorize stuff and you start forgetting, you'll become more nervous, and that's gonna affect how you speak to your interviewer. So that's one tip. For the other tips, you can watch my other videos. From Marwa Hain. Hi Ate Kath, I'm a fan. Ano po pinaka nakakatakot na experience nyo during flight journey? More power and God bless. So she's asking what was the scariest experience I had during any of my flights. It's really hard for me to think of one, right? Scariest thing is if I run out of chicken. If I run out of a meal choice to give to a customer, that's really scary because it brings about a lot of complaints. But on a serious note, okay, I think when I was still new with Cebu Pacific, I did a Hong Kong flight during a peak of a typhoon, and flights weren't canceled that time. But we were about to land in Manila, we were securing the cabin, and we hit a clear air turbulence. So the aircraft started dropping, and I don't know what happened. Suddenly, I was up in the air. My blouse came off, my blouse came off from... it was tucked, and then it came off from being tucked. and I was just stunned. Imagine, I think I was just 1 month flying that time, so I got really scared. But now, clear air, turbulence, and turbulence, it's not. Is from Arin underscore kasi so long. What are your top 3 destinations you haven't visited yet? Top of my head, Iceland, Jordan, Fiji. So those are the 3 places I would really, really love to visit. Couple more questions and we're almost done. From Christian Ian Aquino. Hello, Ate Kath. What do you think is the real essence of being a cabin crew, and how do you handle it now that you already have your own family? Oh my god, this is like a pageant question. I believe that the essence of a cabin crew, well, this is what I would always tell people who are not so aware what being a cabin crew is. Being a cabin crew is more than just putting a makeup on your face, more than offering tea and coffee, more than giving you chicken and beef inside the aircraft, and more than somebody who's gonna carry your bag for you. A cabin crew is somebody who's inside the aircraft for your safety. We are basically there to take care of your wellness from the time you step inside that aircraft until the time you land. And we are down to our last question. This is from Mengay.desu. What is your plans as an FA after giving birth? I believe I've already answered this question, but just to sum it up, the plan is, like what I've shared with you, I am currently working on how I can start making or conducting classes for those of you who are interested to become a flight attendant, on how you can how you're supposed to carry yourself in an interview, or if you're just interested to learn tips and tricks on how to ace any interview. So that's something that I'm looking forward to do in the future. I'm currently working on that, the whole syllabus of this training. So like what I said a while ago, if you're interested to find out more about that, just stay tuned on my YouTube and my Instagram account. Hit me up if you're one of those who are interested, because by November I will be starting with the first class. It's sort of gonna be a trial thing. So we're gonna be doing the classes with a minimal fee. So, but trust me, whatever I'll be teaching in that classes is something that you will be able to use when you go for your interview. So yeah, that's the plan after flying, and hopefully once it starts booming, once it starts working really well, I think that's the time that I will have to leave my airline. So, and there, oops, and there you have it. Those are just some of the questions that I received. I actually had to go through the questions and try to pick out some that that I think will be helpful for others as well, for you to get to know me more, and for me to be able to share a little more about the cabin crew profession. It's just a couple, but it's already a lot of questions as well. Let me know if you want me to make more videos like this, where you will be asking me a question and then I'll be answering it for you. Probably next time we'll try to do a live video for that, so we can answer the questions live, and hopefully I was able to answer your questions. I tried my best to answer the questions the shortest way possible, but I think in the future I would probably make more videos like this. It's really fun answering all your questions in this video. So anyway, if you have any more questions for me, like what I said in my last 2 videos, please ask me these questions here in YouTube on my comment section, because it's getting hard for me to go through all the questions on my Instagram account. And by the way, I changed my handle name on Instagram. It's DayswithKath official. So since I have nothing else to say, I would end this video right here. This has been Days with Kath. I will see you next time. Bye bye.